Hi, I'm Tom Seay with Kristen Biscoe. On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we're traveling back to Tennessee. We are going to be at East Fork Stables in Jamestown with a trail ride featuring a man who has a great passion for horses. Our friend Steve designed and handcrafted saddles for friends when he was young.
One of the most important pieces of equipment to have for riding is a good saddle. When other horse owners saw Steve's saddles, they recognized his talent for making quality saddles, which led him into the saddle making as a business.
We will introduce you to our friend Steve on this show. That would be Steve Tucker, owner of Tucker Saddle Company. Steve is a quiet man with great passion for life, horses, and family. We are delighted to have him with us here on this show at East Fork Stables.
Trail riders are important to Steve, so he came to this ride to talk with riders one-on-one, to educate them on saddle fit and get their input on their saddle needs. Riders got a chance to try out Tucker saddles out on the trails on East Fork Stables, a huge equestrian facility with hundreds of stalls, campsites with full hookups, and miles of privately owned trails located on the beautiful Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee.
Stay tuned as we take you there. Next on Best of America by Horseback. We'll be right back.
Part of this show is brought to you by Seminole Feed, the world's best equine feed. Family owned and trusted for over 75 years. By Spur's Big Fix for wound, skin, and hoof, using all natural ingredients. The more you use it, the more you'll love it. By Lakota of Ohio, the #1 trailer dealer for Lakota trailers nationwide. And by Tucker Saddles, outfitting riders and trail saddles for over 40 years. Ride one and feel the difference that makes Tucker the saddle for ultimate comfort.
Hello, I'm Gary Stice. I am the #1 dealer for Lakota trailers nationwide. Please stop in and see our new facility. Our new facility has a very large display area where we will have up to a dozen trailers inside the building, a very large service center where we can service all your needs. We can take care of your horses as well as your trailer and show you new trailers also. Please stop in and see us on Interstate 71 south of Columbus, Ohio.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we are with the top saddle makers in the world, Tucker Trail Saddles, at the top trail riding location in the East, at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee.
We're here at East Fork Stables with Paul Fox, our trail boss. Paul, we had a great weekend here at East Fork. We had a lot of people come from a lot of different areas, mainly because they knew that Tucker Trail Saddles was going to be here, and they could answer any question you have about saddles and tack. They're doing saddle fittings, and then they're also letting people try out their saddles out on the trails. Let's talk a little bit about the trails that are at East Fork. Tell us your thoughts on what they have to offer for trail riding.
The trails are for any level riders. They've got short trails if you want to make a short loop. Longer rides, you can ride clear out to the rim and look into the gorge. If you want to be adventuresome, you can drop down into the gorge and ride some more challenging trails. All level of trails for the riders here.
It's nice when you're talking about going out to the overlooks. They have lots of overlooks that have high lines where you can tie up your horse. There's picnic tables. You can take a packed lunch out there, have lunch out on the overlooks. You can tie up your horse again to the high line and then walk out to the overlook, so you don't have to worry about your horse being out there and the safety concern with that. Plus they've got crevasses that you can get down into and hike down into the gorge and see more amazing rock croppings and views. It's really a neat place to go ride.
And it's a nice ride out there and a good place to take a break. Mm-hmm. By that time, you're probably wanting to stretch your legs a little bit, so tie up and enjoy the view.
Yeah, and it's nice. They have, like you're saying, a variety of trails, whether you're looking for more experienced trails for experienced riders, experienced trail riders, looking for more of an intermediate or a beginner. Plus they've got a lot of intersecting trails where if you need to get back to the stables quickly, you can for the most part.
I found the trails were well marked. Mm-hmm. The maps were easy to follow.
Yes.
And I had no problem of getting around with what trails that were marked. So a lot of interconnecting trails where you could cut across the different trails and variety of riding, wooded area, open field riding, hard to beat.
Yeah, they've got, in their open field areas, they've got a lot of the sandy, wide trails. You can keep flat if you wanted to stay on flat ground, and then going towards the overlooks, they've got more hills and a variety of obstacles, trail obstacles to, creek crossings and that sort of thing.
Well, the wide trails in the open, if you wanted to ride side by side and visit, gave you that opportunity to do that.
Even a lot of the trails in the woods you can ride side by side. And
But the gated people, they love it.
oh yes.
There was plenty of trails for them to get out and open up their gated horses. And so the gated people could enjoy themselves on their fast rides, and those of us that wanted to take it a little slower had that opportunity too. So hard place to beat.
It is. It doesn't matter what you like to ride, how you like to ride, or enjoy being out on the trails. East Fork has everything for everybody.
And not every trail system will offer that. Where you can take your wagon, or whether it's suitable for the gated horses. But East Fork has it.
Right. And the campground's the same way. Whether you want a cabin, or you want a full hookup, or you want a primitive camp, you want to put your horse in the stall, or highline them, or put them in a panel. They've got every option for you available.
Yep.
Tucker Trail Saddles was with us at East Fork Stables, and they recently outfitted Tom and myself and some of the crew with the New Horizon series. And I first got the saddle and was very excited. My first trail ride in it was the most comfortable ride. Didn't have to break in the saddle. A lot of times you feel like you need to get some hours in the saddle to break it in. That was not the case. From then on out, it's just the most comfortable saddle from the very beginning to now. I know you recently got a Tucker Trail saddle. Tell us about your experience and how you found the right size. And
Daryl was fitting horses with his trees, determining which tree would fit best. So out of curiosity, I said, check my mule. And everybody thinks if you got a mule, you need a mule saddle. Well, after he checked my mule, he says, you're going to need a wide quarter horse tree. I'd already had 4 custom built saddles, so I was reluctant to spend money on another saddle. But after I gave it some thought, I said, I think I'll try it. Because my other saddles, I was getting to the point where I was having to put a pad in them for comfort. I went ahead and ordered a saddle, one of the New Horizons. As soon as I got the saddle, I started riding in it. And I have to say, it's the most comfortable thing I've rode in. No padding. I have never put a pad in it since I got it. Rode several miles in it. And I could throw that pad away now.
that's awesome.
We'll be right back with more from the Tucker Saddles Ride with Best of America by Horseback at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee.
Prefert has an unbridled commitment to safety and quality when it comes to the equine products they manufacture. Regardless of discipline or age, Prefert wants your horses to be healthy and happy. That's why their products are designed with the highest degree of consideration for the safety of both the horse and the handler. Prefert Equine, unbridled commitment to your horse.
Best of America by Horseback is at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee for the Tucker Saddles Trail Ride. East Fork Stables is a premier riding destination in north central Tennessee. Located on the scenic Cumberland Plateau, East Fork Stables has over 12,000 private acres of equestrian exclusive trail riding. From easy to more challenging trails for all levels of riders, horses, and mules. The terrain at East Fork Stables consists of shady forests, sandy trails, open fields with rock formations, and many waterfalls. There are scenic overlooks along the gorge trails. Their vast trail system ensures your journey will be filled with new sights and trails each day. Local Tucker saddle dealer Felicia Carlton owns Horse Tack World, just a few miles from East Fork Stables. Felicia brought tack and saddles to East Fork, where riders were able to get one-on-one saddle fitting attention from Tucker saddle professionals to find the right saddle fit for their individual horses. Felicia brought different saddle styles from both of Tucker's Horizon and Classic saddle lines. Riders were also able to try out their Tucker saddle of choice out on the trail.
We did lots of fittings. We fit all the horses. We let all the people sit in the different models for different cantle heights for how deep they are, for more back support or feet position. And they went out on trail rides to see that they were more comfortable than what they were in and that their horses enjoyed it more.
So depending on what people are looking for in a new Tucker saddle, they can come and talk to you or any Tucker saddle representative and tell them what they're looking for, and you can suggest a saddle design for them.
Yes, and there's lots of different trees. The cantle height in the back makes a big difference for the way people, and leg length and things that people, the way they want to sit.
So many people think about, it needs to fit me so we have a comfortable ride. They forget about all the different options there are. You know, sometimes you have high withers or no withers or a low back, and there's a variety of saddles, and there's a variety of styles within those saddles.
We need to get away from the idea that somebody advertised mule saddles. That doesn't mean that just because it's called a mule saddle it's going to fit. Tucker has a mule saddle. That mule saddle wasn't the one that my mule needed. So with Daryl using his trees and fitting the mule, I got away with a saddle that is going to fit my mule and make him comfortable. Mm-hmm. And you're looking for a saddle that's going to make you comfortable at the end of the day.
Right.
If you're going to be riding 6 or 8 hours, you want to be feeling good at the end of the day.
That's right.
I know Daryl walked through all the options with me.
Mm-hmm.
Said you can get this, you can get that. I think this would work for you. Gave me a lot of good ideas, and I couldn't be happier with what I've got.
Tucker Saddle's owner, Steve Tucker, came to the ride with his team of top saddle professionals to educate riders on getting the best saddle fit for the comfort of both horse and rider. Steve is a passionate horseman who cares about his customers' opinions and needs. He takes the time to come to rides to talk with riders one-on-one.
Many of you have followed us for 14 years on television with Best of America by Horseback. You watch me ride a Tucker saddle, but you really don't know the people behind it. The reason we are so proud of being associated with Tucker Saddle is because of Steve Tucker, Daryl, and the whole family. And you never get to see Steve, but today you do. He's right here. He showed up on a ride. He thought he was going to interview me, and I'm going to turn the tables for just a moment. Steve, I've watched you work with people today like you had nothing else to do in the world. You're the combination largest saddle dealer in the world. You're probably the busiest man in the country. And you take the time to talk to people individually on their saddle like you have nothing else to do. Is that the secret to your success, that you really care about their comfort?
It's really my heart passion, Tom. I started making saddles one at a time for people individually, and I still think of myself doing that, just on a larger scale. The products we make, we are very intentional about what needs we're trying to meet with each of those products, and in order to do that, you have to know the people you're working for, and that's the people you have with you today.
Felicia, tell us about your connection with Tucker and your relationship you've had with him over the years.
I've been with Tucker since 2010. We have learned a lot. We have got all their designs. We enjoy carrying their product. We've done lots of saddle fittings with them. Lots of the people in the area have gone out trail riding, tell us how great they are. Love their products. Their products are the nicest that we've ever had in our store. To deal with them, everything about them is wonderful. The company is probably the best company I've ever dealt with.
What drew you to Tucker Trail Saddles?
Quality. Quality, fit, the comfort. They back their product to the bank. They're probably the best company as far as backing their products. Everything is always tip-top. I've actually gone out to even yoke them and watched them make the saddles. I had done a lot of saddle fittings here and gone out to East Fork and watch all the people trail ride. Since this is a big trail riding area, we have a lot of the local girls that ride in them and tell us how comfortable they are, and they ride all day long and they can go day after day, and how comfort, that's probably the biggest thing. We like saddles. So about 300 different ones in here. That's what we like to do, is to make sure the horse and the person's the most comfortable.
We'll be right back with more from the Tucker Saddles Ride with Best of America by Horseback at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee.
Tucker Trail Saddles has been outfitting riders in ultimate trail comfort for over 40 years. Tucker's Horizon series takes comfort to a whole new level with a Tri-Tech fit system designed to protect your horse's back in 3 ways. The ergonomic seat is sculptured to eliminate pressure during long hours in the saddle, and the supple English bridle leather has a luxurious soft feel from the very first ride. Ride one and feel the difference that makes Tucker the premier trail saddle for ultimate comfort.
It is said,
before it was illegal to pick your kid up by the arm, he'd pick me up and stick me in a saddle with him.
Another thing that comes when you buy property from Outlet Land, that means you get free lifetime riding at East Fork Stable.
The people that live here in this area are great. I mean, talk about people who just pitch in and give you a hand with stuff.
So you have access to 400 miles of trails in the northern part of this county.
If you dream it.
Well, you'll have 4, similar to Ohio, but just a lot milder. This just felt more like home dog.
It can be.
And let's ride.
You got it, hon.
Best of America by Horseback is at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee, with Steve Tucker, owner of Tucker Saddle Company, and his team of saddle professionals. Tom Seay and Steve Tucker welcomed riders at the Saturday night banquet, where East Fork Stables served their famous prime rib dinner. Del Shields entertained after dinner, singing his original and classic Western songs. The Poverty String Band from Ohio also performed for the riders. They also played with Del, as they did in Best of America by Horseback's Christmas show for the troops and veterans last year.
At our rides, we try to have a grand opening ceremony, is what we call it. And we have presentation of the flag, and at East Fork Stables, Dan Stewart, who is a veteran, did an amazing job presenting the flag. And it was just so beautiful to watch that flag. We also have a national anthem is sung and a blessing of the ride. And at East Fork Stables, our own Del Shields did both, and he did an amazing job singing the national anthem, which is a very hard song to sing. And he, of course, did a wonderful blessing, being a preacher himself. He's perfect for the job. And it's a great way to start our rides, to honor our wonderful nation and to bless the ride and thank God for what we are able to do.
Being a veteran myself, I always enjoy the opening ceremony and when they present the flag. A lot of times they recognize all the veterans, and I appreciate that, and I know they do too.
Tom took some time during the weekend to sit down and talk with Steve Tucker, owner and creator of the Tucker Saddle Company.
You're a family man, you're very devout, you have the highest levels of integrity.
I appreciate you saying that. It's very kind. Christ is first for me. It's been that way since the beginning. It's not a new walk-on for me. The guys that really invested in my life when I was in my early 20s really charted that path and emulated it and gave me something to model and try to live up to. So for that, I'm very grateful.
And your staff, they're not sterile, sell a saddle. They were demonstrating one of these new saddles on my horse this morning, and Daryl couldn't stand it. He got on my horse and rode off on a trail ride. I don't know where Daryl is, your saddle is, or my horse is right now.
Yeah, it might be the end of Daryl, who knows?
It might be the end of Daryl and my horse.
There you go. Well, Tom, you know, as Tucker Trail Saddles, we've been partnering for a long time. And, you know, it's just been an incredible privilege for us. And, you know, we hold you guys in the highest regards, highest esteem. Being around you and your team this weekend has, you know, just been a blast and a privilege. And I just want to thank you and say that publicly. I consider it an honor, a privilege, and we cherish this as one of the great things that we've ever done, and hope we can continue to do it.
East Fork Stables can be conveniently accessed off of I-40 hubs from Nashville, Knoxville, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. The facility includes rental cabins, large equestrian campgrounds with full hookups, 224 covered stalls, a riding arena, paddocks, and a large pavilion for meals and gatherings. They host annual themed rides each year like their Spring Ride, Racking on the Edge, Tailgate Party Ride, and Oktoberfest Ride. All include meals and entertainment. For more information on riding at East Fork Stables in Jamestown, Tennessee, log on to eastforkstables.com. If you're looking for a vacation home or retirement home in an equestrian community with neighbors who also love horses, the Allard Land Company, owners of East Fork Stables, offers homes and lots in the Highlands at Big South Fork and White Oak equestrian communities. Right now, they are offering 4 free nights if you want to come and tour these communities. All you have to do is call 1-800-771-8940 and tell them you saw this on Best of America by Horseback.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Best of America by Horseback. Kristen, if people want to join me on a ride or follow us wherever we're going, how do they best do that?
We'd love for them to join us on a ride. You can visit our website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, and click on our rides and events page to see where we're going. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and on YouTube, Best of America by Horseback.
I'm Tom Seay with Kristen. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.